Welcome to the Full-Time Devils Fan Awards 2016, or as we call them from now on because it's easier, the FTDFAs.
The FTDs?
The FTDFAs, the Full-Time Devils Fan Awards.
We got trophies?
No. So this
Have I won one?
No. This is the, well you might do, this is the preliminary hearing of awards. We're going to tell you the nominations for each category and then you can vote, and in 1 week's time we will tell you the winners on social media. So when we read out the nominations for each category, a little eye will appear on the screen. I think up here, is it? Or one of these, up here, or that side. And you can click and that will take you to where the vote is taking place on YouTube. That's where you can register your vote. There will also be another category in case you don't like the nominations
Vote!
we give you.
Make Full-Time Devils great again!
Oh goodness. But we've had a good argument about all of these and this is what we've come up with, and people, mostly these guys and me, are still unhappy about it. So here we go. Player of the Year in the FTDFAs 2016, the Player of the Year. Nominations are...
Ashley Young.
No. David De Gea. David De Gea. Mata. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And Anthony Martial. Guys, discuss.
Yep, that's the nominees. Yep.
Anyone who do you think should win it?
We've got to remember, this is the whole of 2016. This isn't
the whole year. This is calendar year.
Just this part of this season. It's not just the back end of last season.
January to December.
It's January to December, and I think in that period, this is really difficult. This is really difficult.
People might wonder, well, why is Zlatan in there? It's only, but because he's now scored more goals in 2016 than any other Manchester United player for Manchester United. Hence, one of the best players in 2016. David De Gea, obviously in there.
More than what Martial scored last season.
Yeah, Juan Mata, unbelievably consistent. That's why he's in there. And the same with Anthony Martial, a very strong end to the last season.
I'm going to give it one. I'm going to give it one. I think he's been excellent when played this season. He was excellent when played back end of last season.
Yeah.
And for that reason, one gets my vote.
Special Juan. Goals in big games, crucial goals in cup games. Special Juan is the man, and he has to be. You know what? Yeah, I had to have an argument with producer Chris to get him on this list. Had to. But I fought for you, Juan. I fought for you.
So that is what these guys have to say, but this is your opportunity to vote. Let us know who you think should be Manchester United Player of the Year. Click just here, and if you don't like any of the 4 names there, why that would be the case, I can't imagine. But you can put another option in, because lots of people might feel the same way. Let's move on now to goal of 2016. Starting with Marcus Rashford versus West Ham.
What a goal.
That's my winner. I'm not even thinking about the rest. That's my winner. That was a phenomenal goal.
Jesse Lingard to win the FA Cup final.
Yes, that's
versus
mine.
Crystal Palace.
That's mine.
Jesse Lingard.
I don't even remember it, to be honest.
Possibly a better goal.
Oh, it's a hell of a goal.
That was one unbelievable run and finish.
Solo goal.
The finish was phenomenal, considering the speed and the run and everything. And then Paul Pogba versus Swansea. Just a cracking half volley, lots of spin, and he hit it like a baseball player with a bat. Like just such a clean strike right through a spinning ball.
How did he hit it?
Okay. Yeah. Feel free to alter that as you will with the internet. Now, what do we think?
Rashford West Ham, man.
Rashford West Ham was a fantastic goal. Pogba's goal, I was sat right behind that, and that was absolutely amazing. But Jesse Lingard, I think.
Which one?
The one against Crystal Palace in the cup final.
I think that's the worst goal on the nominations. It's the most important, possibly, but it's the worst.
It's the first time volley to win the cup final. I don't care what's happening.
I think the technique's harder for the other 3.
And I do think if somebody else scored that goal, a Wayne Rooney or a Paul Scholes or someone, everyone would be saying the goal's amazing, this, that, and the other. The goal was amazing. Jesse Lingard deserves it, man. But you know what other goal was class as well? You know what? May not be in the circumstances, but Rashford against City and also Martial against Everton at Wembley. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Lingard's goal against Fenerbahce, Pogba's goal against Fenerbahce. What was the one with all the passes a couple of weeks ago? Was it against Zoira?
Yeah.
Against who?
Lots of passing.
Zoya?
Martial versus Stoke.
There's been some cracking goals.
Yeah, but those are the 4 we came up with, so let us know. So we've got Rashford versus West Ham, Lingard versus Leicester, Pogba versus Swansea, Lingard versus Palace. That's what these guys thought. Click up here, get your votes in.
Vote for Lingard. Lingard against Palace, vote.
The one against City was good. Retired Di Michaelis.
Vote for Lingard.
Now, number 3, the moment of 2016. So here are your FTD-FA nominations. The FA Cup final. The opening of the Sir Bobby Charlton stand. It was a lovely moment. The signing of Paul Pogba.
He's worth 100 million. We should pay even more because Pogba's quality.
And Mourinho signing for Manchester United.
It comes with credibility, enthusiasm, passion, which the last two managers lacked a hell of a lot of.
The moment of the year. So those are the things. So what are we thinking? What do you think it would be?
For me, it was Pogba.
The signing of...
For me, it was Pogba because I didn't think it was possible. If you go
Ever.
back and look at the transfer reviews from last season, I was like, no way we're signing Pogba with no Champions League. I know we've got Mourinho, but I don't think it's possible we can do it. And then we do it. And I was actually there as it was happening and as it was taking place.
Cool.
It was mind-blowing. So for me, Pogba.
And also the good thing about that is, unlike with Mourinho, which became a foregone conclusion, Pogba managed to rumble on with constant links around Madrid and constant links that he would actually stay at Juve.
And that's what Real Madrid do.
Yeah, which made, when he did come, it wasn't like, yeah, well, obviously he's coming. It was like, oh, wow, this is exciting. We're signing Pogba. And it happened despite a lot of doubts.
It's the most Mourinho thing ever. You sign an academy player for a world record fee.
Classic.
Homegrown player.
Right, to get your votes in for moment of the season up here, let us know what you think is the
Pogba.
best moment of 2016.
Got to
Now,
be
most improved player of the year at Manchester United. We're going to start with a man whose resurrection has outshone that of Jesus Christ himself. He's made Easter look pathetic. It is Antonio Valencia. What a 2016 he's had. From literally nowhere to everywhere down the right flank.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't spend a lot of time on the
nothing to
left.
do with the left, no.
No, never.
Do you know what he uses his left foot for? To
Balance.
keep him balanced when he's
Yeah.
having a piss. That's it.
Phil
Anti-scratches,
Jones.
really.
It's come out of nowhere. Mourinho said he's not been ready, but he was willing to do it, so there he was on the pitch.
Ro Jones.
Well, Rojo is another one. And he's not been two-footing people. He's been sort of burning toast and keeping clean sheets now.
I think he shouldn't have even got a nomination. He wouldn't have got a nomination if he hadn't two-footed people.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. And the next one, the most ludicrous, most improved player in the history of sport, Marcus Rashford, who only made his debut back in February.
Can you say what Chris said? Producer Chris said earlier.
Chris pointed this out.
The reasoning behind
the
it.
reasoning that because you might say, is he improved because he's?
And I would say, has he improved or has he always been at this level?
Well, no, he hasn't been at this level. He's never been near this level.
No, he's not been playing at this level, but has his game been at
He
this
was
level?
playing like under 21s in this time last year.
He played twice
And-
for the under-21s.
Well, there you go.
And he made one of those appearances after he'd made his debut.
There you go. And then since then, he has played Europa League football. He's played for his country at a tournament. And he's just become a mainstay in the Manchester United team. And that is a phenomenal rise out of nowhere. And most improved in terms of the level that he was playing at to what he's doing now. And he's not someone that people were constantly going, wait a second, Rashford's going to burst into the team. And
No,
that's
they really
gonna be
wasn't.
phenomenal.
They really wasn't.
And even when that
There
does
was-
happen,
there was
it
a
doesn't
bit
happen
of a-
like this.
No.
Does it? Even the players will go, keep an eye out for this guy. This guy's going to be
'Cause
sensational.
really and truly,
it doesn't happen. This is
that's-
so rare, I think.
That should have been James Wilson or Will Keane. That should have been their
Yeah.
opportunity.
The
against
hype was
Midland.
there for them.
Yeah, and
it
the luck,
wasn't there for Rashford.
the
'cause
luck
he,
and everything.
He wasn't even a
went
goal
against
scorer
them.
in the 18s.
Yeah,
he
so
wasn't a goal scorer. He was this plucky, grafting kid that would always harry and chase down in a way Tevez sort of chased down defenders.
Yeah.
And he would get lucky because he was constantly pressing. We see him doing that in the first team still. But his goal scoring, since he stepped up, got better. So I actually think, for me,
Marcus Rashford.
Just
Marcus
like-
Rashford takes this one all day long.
What is it? Nah, for me, Antonio Valencia. For me, Valencia was off this summer. I thought he was finished.
Yeah, look
there's
that-
been
Yeah,
at least
he's
3 or 4 occasions I thought this man's finished at United. Finished, he's done, he's finished. And now he's speaking English. It's only took him 7 years.
Is it?
He's playing amazing.
When did that happen?
He released the video talking in English.
Is he our second longest servant now after Michael Carrick?
And Rude.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
You're the captain.
Awkward. Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Right.
moving swiftly on.
Yeah, so don't forget to vote up here.
Antonio,
Number 5, tweet of the year. For those of you that aren't on Twitter, I'll remind you of some of these. Number 1 was Michael Carrick taking on the haters for taking the mickey out of his tweet, out of his pace. And he made a little joke out of it. And then he said, just got to say about that last tweet, a lot of people having a dig at my pace, which I think is pretty harsh. He wasn't happy about it. Next,
A famous Northeast wit.
recently, Wayne Rooney taking down Michael Owen,
He's back. He's
saying
back.
it was like someone accidentally let him get the password to his
Oh,
own
man, it's a
account,
tap-in
and he
taking
got
on
it,
Michael Owen, though,
and he
isn't
was
it?
straight in. That's not the point. Rooney never tweets from his Twitter account, does he? Now it's always
No, it's
the PR
clearly not.
and
It's
stuff.
clearly
And
not.
every now and again, he just manages to get hold of that phone and get something out there. And it was Michael Owen talking about Liverpool getting a goal, and Rooney went with, "Sorry, Michael, I thought you were a Man United fan." to which Owen
It's
replied.
simple. It's simple,
Yeah.
but cutting at the same time.
It didn't stop there. Owen replied, yeah, but Liverpool's always my first love. And then Rooney was in again with, sorry, Michael, I'm pretty sure you were a boyhood Everton fan. Which of course he was.
Like Steven Gerrard and like Jamie Carragher.
Those guys, those Blues. So then we have Bastian Schweinsteiger, a little picture of himself back in training, just buzzing to return to the sort of team. He loved it, didn't he? And Pogba, and I think he might get a lot of votes for this one. I don't know if you're aware of the MUFC Facebook Twitter account.
Yeah,
it's basically a guy who goes to the official Manchester United Facebook page and he just takes quotes that people, like comments people have written,
Got a lot of
and
time
posts
for that.
them. And they're just all insane and they're mental. But one of them was, somebody wrote, gonna get myself Pogba's new haircut, my girlfriend doesn't like it. So Pogba just quote tweeted that with, get the haircut, change the girl.
And I love
Don't bring it
Pogba.
to the
Like,
match.
he's such a big deal, but he replies to Twitter. Like someone made a mosaic of him the other day, and he replied like, "Great work, mate, thanks." And it's like those little touches,
Casual.
giving his
back.
shirt to the fan and all that.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Paul. I love you, mate.
Nice one. So get up here, get your votes in for Tweet of the Year, let us know.
I feel like I'm doing some.
Nice.
Stop.
And now,
Stop.
number 7, the fan cam of the
Feel
year.
like Riri.
Number 1, Andy Tate.
2 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's our season, story of our season. And when Jose comes in on July the 1st, clears out the dead wood and gets some heart and passion, and he will embrace this club.
Andy Tate saying, wait till Jose comes. He sort of wrote off everything else that's happened. Just wait, he said. Do we think that was a good fan cam?
Yeah, he's all right.
It's not one of Andy's vintage ones.
No, it wasn't. Give it
It was
to
a
the end of
bit.
the season.
It was up there though, because it was like it's one of those things that you look back on and be like,
You knew.
it happened.
Classic Andy, always predicting the future. Next one, our very own Stephen Howson, saying that Wayne Rooney was man of the match.
Guys, get your comments in below. What do you think? Who's your man of the match? Rooney. Oh, cheers, Steve. Rooney was Steve's man of the match. Guys, get your comments in.
Leaving it on that one. Christ on a bike.
Can I just say the story behind this? Yeah, me and producer Chris got a great relationship. I love him, really. Don't love him. Basically, 1 week, the week before we released his fan cam, Rooney had a blinder. Well, not a blinder. He played well, and Steve refused to acknowledge that Wayne Rooney played well because of his stubbornness. Because he's so biased against Wayne Rooney.
Hang on,
He's got an agenda against Wayne Rooney.
Famously.
So what
I read
said,
that in the comments. that
What
Howson
I
had an
said
agenda against
was,
Wayne
I've read
Rooney.
that in the comments.
I asked him,
not true.
was Rooney the man of the match? And then I told Chris, because I asked him that question, to name the video Rooney man of the match. And then what the amazing thing was, you know, one of those accounts that takes
Oh no, wasn't
videos.
one of them. It was
and
about
then-
6 of them. National newspapers and the massive big like sports, like religious type pages. You know the one, right? I'd gone, Stephen Howson thought Rooney played well today. That's the title.
Never watched the video.
Didn't watch
But
5
thanks for
seconds of
sharing,
it.
lads.
So, you recorded a fan cam, this is number 3. You recorded a fan cam with Dave, and please tell everybody what happened next.
By the way, David is David. He's the only guy.
Can we put his horse video on again?
Yeah.
DEOSCOE Tesco Reds MUFC.
But, do you know what? That's the tweet of the year. That's, do you know what? Get back in the votes on the last category. That's the tweet of the year. Was Dave's Tesco Reds horse in Ukraine? How's that not tweet of the year?
Basically, David, bless him, he's at every game. Love him. Love him to bits. He sits back like Michael Carrick and he looks like him a little bit too. But basically, David, we were having an interview. I think it was after the Norwich game, if I remember correctly. And as usual, someone will come up and want to say something straight away. But I'm happy to let people take the mic, do what they want. This bloke took it and ran.
Don't go tonight unless you're anyways. I say it's trouble on the way. I say it's trouble on the way. I say it's trouble on the way.
And I thought, oh my God, we've lost the mic here. What are we going to do about fan cams? Fortunately enough, he came back about 2 minutes later, but there's a split second where we thought, oh, we've lost the mic here and it's gone and it's done. But he came back, thankfully. So yeah, I don't hand the mic over
I would say,
anymore.
if he wins, I feel like that would encourage people to do that more over the next year.
I do. I think
So
this
do
is
you
a
want-
really bad idea to
Do you
have
want,
put this one in the
do you
category.
want that to happen? I imagine you don't.
I don't mind. I'm sick of
don't mind,
doing
yeah.
fan cams.
So you're happy to lose the mic forever.
Yeah.
Classic Adam. And finally, Raheem, talking about Rooney. Now, you've got some opinions on this, Adam.
Yeah, I don't really agree with Raheem, to be honest. Well, he was right with Rooney in terms that they needed to get out of the team, but I do think Raheem, bless him, is one of these lads that just overreacts a little bit too much to a defeat.
It's not fair. It's not fair. So Mourinho needs to grow some balls and tell Rooney, fix up or off now. Fix up or off. Because seriously, man, I could use the money to buy Griezmann right now.
I like to
Everyone has their
analyse the
opinions
football, not to just go off on one for no reason.
But he is a very passionate, vocal fan, and that's what fan cams are about. People getting their voices heard, whether I agree with them or not. And Raheem did that, and people liked him, so I don't have no say in this.
Let's have a look at the nominations again.
So it's you, Tate, David, or Raheem. Those are your nominations. Please get up to the corner up there
And
click it. Go on.
the one that actually should win it isn't on there.
Which is
Paddy Crerand.
Yeah, Paddy Crerand. Andy said that
Pogba.
we was pretty much getting Pogba virtually, didn't it?
all right. Well, if you
I think he met Ronaldo, but we still got a former United player.
If you preferred that one, then get on the click other, write it in. The Oscars, the BAFTAs, the Grammys, FHM's Sexiest Woman of the Year, Greg's Employee of the Month, and now the Full-Time Devils Fan Awards 2016. These are the most prestigious awards of the 12 months of the year, and we want you to have a say in ours. You've heard the nominations. In 1 week's time, we'll be telling you the winners. Have your say. Don't let your vote go uncounted. Don't let Brexit and Trump and all the other awful nominations of 2016 put you down. Your winner can be heard. Unless, I mean, Lingard's probably not.
Lingard in Palace.
So let us know. Get in the comments. Argue with each
That
other.
sounds
but
like a rubbish Disney film.
it does, perhaps in a friendly way. And we'll see you
Paddy
for the winners.
Crerand.
Wow.